Mr. Chairperson, thank you for the opportunity. Greetings to all present here. My name is Johnathan Muller, and I am with the Goragokwa Commissioner, the Goragokwa. I also want to greet, I'm not sure if my Paramount Chief is here, Paramount Henny van Wyk. Paramount Chief Henny van Wyk, if he's here, I want to especially greet him as well. Welcome. To just start, the memorandum speaks of the traditional and Khoisan leadership bill. I just would like to say that I wished that it said indigenous. I wish that it said indigenous. I also would like to say that we are not looking for recognition, because we know who we are. All that we are looking for is acknowledgement. That's what we're looking for. The South African government has failed us with the last census, that we, with the last population census, did not have a little entry that asked us to put our names down there. So in actual fact, no census, no budget, no recognition. That's where we stand today. I read further in this document that it says that certain people, certain learned people, have identified things regarding to our culture. It's the first time I hear about this. So I hear about people that have spoken about me. I promise you, they have not spoken to me. And this has been our history throughout the existence of this South Africa. We are not black, Mr. Chairman. And that doesn't mean that we are better than black. We are indigenous. And we have our own structures. And we have our own way of doing things. And nobody's come to ask us how we do it. They've assumed, and government has always assumed, that our structures should be the same as black structures. So therefore, government has set out a criteria, as far as I've read, that is similar to that as our traditional tribes. But hang on, we are not traditional tribes, we are different. It sets out further other criteria and talks about land, about we need to show ownership of our areas and of our regions. Can I say this, that as far as I've read, we have had territories where our people have lived. Beyond territories, we have homelands, regions where we commonly went around, and those regions, those overlapped. But territories never overlapped. So we cannot speak of home ownership. We are not going to go the way of claiming land as is prescribed by the opening of this new 1913 Land Act claims. We didn't own plots. We owned the country. We are not going to be put in a box with fences around it and be told by government that if you cannot pay the rates and taxes, you lose the land. No, how can we lose what belongs to us? It says the president may have an investigation conducted to determine whether the relevant traditional committees comply with the criteria of recognition as kingship and queenship, and may also direct the minister to conduct certain consultations in this regard. Where is the self-determination of the indigenous people in that? Where is it? We don't want to be included into a committee as prescribed by this document. We are different. I am not politically correct. I am indigenous. That's who I am. Let me just say that there's many people here who say they belong here because they were born here. Welcome. welcome. But don't forget, this might be the land of your birth, but this is the land of our origin. We don't want to become westernized to the point where we come and put down our signature here. Our honor is our word. We are honest. We have dignity. We are a proud people. I would like to say that we cannot be co-opted, or we cannot be brought into a structure like this because of our numbers. Let's be real, because of our numbers. What kind of representation are we going to have in a committee such as this? How can we expect to get a fair treatment in a committee where we are going to be a minority? Mr. Chairperson, you mentioned, quite interesting was mentioned, that our leaders are going to be co-opted. This is the plan, to be co-opted onto structures. And then they're going to receive remuneration. Please, I ask you not to be that divisive. Because we have customary structures. Monies don't go to leaders. Money comes to structures. Structures pay the leaders. I would like to say that the coat of arms is very clear. It says, diverse people unite. It asks us a question. It says, please, diverse people unite. Let me say that we would love to unite. It doesn't say diverse people are united. I would also like to say that I'm very proud when I stepped outside of this chamber, I saw a gentleman standing on the back of his shirt. It said, self-defense unit. Khoisan self-defense unit. What a proud thing to see. What an amazing thing to see. Why, Mr. Chairman? Because this government has failed us. This government stands by and sees that our children are killed in the townships and they do nothing. This government has failed to secure the safety of its most important community. The community that carries the oldest DNA of any people group in the world. They talk about the amazing flowers. They talk about the amazing trees. They talk about the amazing country. Let's talk about the amazing people. Have we become less important than the plants and the rocks and the fish and the mountains? I want to just say one more thing, Mr. Chairman, and then I want to close. Don't forget that in 1929, the last permit was issued in Namibia to hunt and shoot a Bushman woman on sight. Let me just say that the first people that were called by the K word in South Africa was the indigenous people. The first people against whom the past laws were instituted were the indigenous people. We are violated. We continue to be violated. We reject this bill because it doesn't talk about our self-determination. Mr. Chairman, I thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.